Well, first what you see is the door opens, and she does have a towel. It's wrapped around her head.
Oh. She's pouting in her room on the bridge. She won't come out. She won't talk to Vicky. She is mad.
You're not taking part in the ship repairs?
Oh, she's that upset.
Okay.
Sad mad.
So good luck getting her out.
I won't read what I wrote to Ash yet then.
She has to grieve and deal with things, and she's not doing well.
But Bubblegum is going to teach you how to fix your ship.
Bubblegum's got to get me out of the off the bridge.
So I vote that Bubblegum does the whole breaks down the door thing, slings him over her shoulder, and carries her out caveman style.
I was going to ask if there's a ceramics wheel anywhere where they could
Oh my god.
go have a moment.
Go have a moment.
Caveman.
As far as Tyrone, like I feel like he would have been in Tybar's room, just going through his stuff and remembering Tybar. All Moros like too.
Vidrion is struggling because he's an empathetic creature. And it was really Tybar's excitement that made him want to latch on to this crew.
Go away.
Hey, listen, I know, but we gotta get the ship put back together. You gotta get yourself going. I mean, memories can destroy you, but new memories can save your life. There's all kinds of things you wanted to know. Well, I can teach you, and you can help put your ship, your sister back together again, and then be able to escape this place. And I just think it's better if you're doing something. You know, I'm not asking you to have a good time. I'm not asking you to go on a date with me. I'm just saying I'm gonna teach you, how to use the atomic welder, today, and a few other things like that. We're putting on armor plating, and I mean, there's not a lot of people that can do this. You're missing out on an opportunity.
Ash is gonna think for a minute, which means Buddy's gonna roll a dice. If I roll odds, she's gonna still be stubborn. If I roll even, she's gonna come out because atomic welders sound cool. Okay, she's coming out. But she's kind of a hot mess. She's like in sweatpants, and like she usually doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but like she needs it today. Her face is just like, her eyes are swollen, and you can just tell she's not doing well. She's in her comfiest of clothes, and she has on fluffy bunny slippers. Okay, let's do this.
Kind of looks like Anna when she wakes up in front.
Kind of like when Anna wakes up at the beginning. No, her hair's not that crazy.
And
But it could be.
because Vidrion was standing just as a sentinel outside the door, I actually gently grab your arm as you start walking down the hall with Bubblegum. Ash, I don't expect to be able to make everything better, but I know that something that helped me when my father was taken from me was this carving that he had made for me. Now, I'm not as good of a carver as my father was, but I actually went up top here in Epsilon Station. I visited some of the gardens, and I actually carved this crude lizard man holding a human.
Oh, she's just going to take it. She's not going to say anything. She's going to go put it on her shelf and give you a hug. She's rubbing her eyes. She's crying, but she doesn't want anybody to know it, because that would be embarrassing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now get down to the ship. It needs you.
Okay.
So you proceed down, and he starts at a workbench to explain how the equipment works, but then he's having you actually weld the armor plating onto Vicky's outer hull, and he's just explaining. Yeah, your ship's like made out of like a weird alloy, right? So we had to do some adapting in order to like make it so things will stick to it. So what I'm showing you is I'm going to show you how to adapt to unusual situations with this welder. It's not, it's there's some science, but there's also some art to it. So, and then he just shows you some of the settings, and he shows you in the book where it shouldn't make sense. Mm-hmm. But when the welds are coming out perfect.
Okay.
But it's not what the charts and the guides and things like that say, just because your material is different. Now, Pam has started going around. She's basically wearing a spacesuit most of the time because she's been trying to be good to you guys. So her spacesuit is not to protect from atmospheric conditions or poison or anything like that. She's just trying to make it so you guys can focus on other things.
Oh, good, because that was what Joy wanted to go do, is talk to Pam to figure out how we could not be affected by her.
I'll be honest, I was actually wanting to go talk to Pam, but more in an investigative stance to learn more about Benny's family so that we know what questions to ask to whom, so we can try and track him down.
Okay, well, looks like we were both hanging outside Ash's room, so then Vidron and Joy would go find Pam.
Oh no.
Wait, is she in the spacesuit in the shower? I don't know why I need to know
the
that.
scene from Elf popped into my head when you said that, and I was like, please burst into song, please burst into song. And
I really can't stay.
Hey, it's cold outside.
So Pam's in the shower, so you guys go to find her in there. So she's singing, but since she's in the shower, she's also not in her space suit. And so what are you guys going to do?
Is she in the shower?
She is.
You're just hearing the water shut off now, and she's, singing, and it's all echoing, and she's drying off her hair. And
well, I'm going to start holding my breath because I can hold my breath for an extended amount of time.
well, that's great for you.
I'm going to let Joy work this one out, and then I'll start talking.
So you're not going to give her any chance to get dressed. You're just going to awkwardly be outside the bathroom while she's, wrapped in a towel. Like, you're not going to give her any privacy. None.
Nope.
But
Oh my gosh.
great. I'm glad we've established that.
I feel like Vidrion's a very, empathetic creature, as he just said. I feel like you would give the woman some space.
In my defense, we weren't specific in what we said, so technically Joy and I both just got put right next to where she was.
That's fair.
So, because we didn't specify it, I'm not arguing with the DM.
That's fair. Also, empathetic doesn't mean not horny. So there you go.
But I have a girlfriend.
Or has boundaries.
So Joy's there, and she's probably now under... Do I have to do a will check to see if I'm enthralled by her?
Well, first, what you see is the door opens, and she does have a towel. It's wrapped around her head.
Oh.
She's got nothing else. She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys were here. I was just gonna run across to my room. Oh, what can I help you guys with? And she's okay. So yeah. So roll a con check.
That's...
Oh my gosh.
4.
Oh!
I have a 10.
You have a 4.
Yeah. Okay. So then Joy would say, Pam, I really need to talk to you about joining this crew. You are incredible. I never knew how much lacking the other members of the crew were until we met. You have to join this crew, Pam. You have to.
Oh, sorry. I don't have my suit thing on. I'm so, and she's just talking naked, and everything's bouncing everywhere. And she's like, "Listen, I'll be right back. Well, let me just get some clothes on." She's like, hey, Vitrion. And she messes your hair up. And she walks by. Then she goes into the room. And you're putting on a little spacesuit as her voice starts to get a little more echoey as she's putting the little helmet, thing on. She's talking to you.
I keep forgetting about that stupid skill of hers.
Stupid. I think it's super useful.
So out of game,
Yeah.
does the effect she has goes away if I can no longer smell the pheromones, or is there a lingering effect?
There is a lingering effect, but she comes out and she's like spraying the air with this like Febreze type stuff, and you see on it the scent is called wet blanket.
Oh, also known as Linus.
She's
It's
spraying.
to kill the mood.
And she's like, sorry guys, sorry.
No harm, no foul.
Vitrion, if you didn't want to,
I'm good. You're not hairy enough for me. Pam, you're beautiful, but you don't have enough hair. I like a little more bark with the bite.
I have some of those furry outfits.
No, that's not why we're here. Joy, we need to talk to you, Pam. Joy wants to talk to you about something, and then I have some questions for you.
All right, so Joy, tell me what you want to tell me, and then Vitrion and I will go in my room and talk.
Nope.
How about we go to the ship's bar and have a chat, the three of us?
I love that idea. Let's go.
Well, okay.
My figure's right there. I don't know where I'm actually at.
Is she in there reading her smutty novel that
Make
a chest will soon appear?
Yes. So you're in there.
It's a very distracting, spicy book too, guys.
Mm-hmm. You hear the sound of. It sounds like little clinking of metal. Imagine if someone had these little tiny metal prongs glued to the end of their fingertips, and there's like a click, 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 or spiders with little metal legs or something like that. There's a little bit of a scurrying sound. Your bed gets bumped, and just roll a perception check. Not going to take much. Just basically have to get better than a 10.
26.
You just saw there's a new piece of furniture. There's just all of a sudden there's a chest at the side of the bed. Like you'd have to climb over it. It's like you wouldn't have put it there because it would be in the way. It's not like it's at the foot of the bed or anything like that.
Well, that's fun. I don't remember putting that there. So let's investigate it.
Okay. Well, you
Don't open it.
Too late. It's already happening.
you're opening it.
I'm opening it.
You open the trunk. There seems to be a jar, and there's like a black liquid suspended in a clear liquid. There's another little long gated box, right? That's in there. There's some various little bits and pieces of clothes and things like that. It looks like almost from different owners or something like that, like multiple people were using the chest or something like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out all the clothes. I have no need for clothes, but I'm gonna take out the clothes and kind of look at them and inspect them a little bit more, just because I like to pry in other people's things, and these obviously looks like someone else's things. So first we're gonna inspect the clothes and do all that fun stuff. Was there anything in particularly?
They seem to be from different races, different time periods. It's just a real mismatch of things. It doesn't quite make sense. Who would put sort of random things like that in there?
But nothing really useful to me.
No, there's just, like I said, there's a little elongated, box.
Okay.
And then there's a jar full of this, black fluid that seems to be moving with inside a clear fluid.
That's exciting. Okay, we're going to move on to the elongated box. We're going to open that.
Oh, you open the box, and it has 4 rings in it.
Exciting. I'm going to put them on.
Okay.
All 4 of them. All at the same time.
There's no hesitation.
Okay,
When she gets to the liquid, she's going to drink it.
that had crossed my mind, but knowing Gary, the liquid is probably sentient, and I don't feel like having a parasite.
Fair.
So, no, okay. The last time I was gifted rings, I hesitated on using them, and then the campaign was over when I found out that the 3 that I hadn't used were the 3 that I could have used like through the entire. The last time I hesitated, I missed out. I'm not missing out this time. Shove them all on.
Well, they are what you think they are.
Huzzah!
So we've talked about that before.
Yes.
If you wanted to tell the group, or you don't have to tell the group either.
So one of them negates my need for food and water. Another one negates the need to breathe. A third one gives me a +2 for perception and sense motive. And then the last one gives me a extra spell slot for any level spell that I have access to.
That's awesome.
But that's a once a day thing. So like once a day I have 1 additional spell slot for any of my existing spell slots.
Nice.
So now about this jar that I actually have no idea. I knew the rings were coming, but I have no idea what this jar is. And I really do kind of want to like lick it, but
Not the licking again.
but like
Roll a lick check, please.
Oh my gosh.
so before we get to the licking,
don't. It's a lich check.
A lich lick check.
Now, before we get to the licking, I'm going to shake the jar to see if I can mix the 2 liquids together. Or if it's more of like a lava lamp situation where they just kind of...
No, it's not a lava lamp situation, and they don't mix. If anything, the black liquid starts moving around, sort of agitated, sort of like if you took one of those beta fish and shook the jar.
That's exciting. Okay, we're going to open it.
Eat it.
I am not just going to eat it.
Tybar would have eten it already.
I might be a mushroom, but I can't digest glass.
You
Or
hear the
inorganic
Force Ghost of Tybar. Coward.
Eat the jar, Shanti.
The black fluid starts to... You open the jar. As soon as it does it, it comes out and it starts going over your hand and sliding up over you.
It's exciting.
And it starts sliding over every inch of you, and then all of a sudden it covers your eyes and everything goes black, and it's going down your mouth as you try to yell for a second.
Guys, it's venom.
And then all of a sudden, it's just gone.
That's not terrifying at all.
So it's a good thing you have a backup character.
I didn't think I was actually going to die tonight, guys.
Wait,
Dude, you're the one who opened
hold
the
on.
jar.
Hold on, is she dead?
Yeah? No.
I was about to
not
say,
yet.
hold on.
Not
Hold on, the ooze is gone. You didn't specify that she was gone, so I was confused. And I was like, wait, what?
Party's dropping off left and right.
Give Tybar a hero's death, and then Shanti just bloop, opens the Smuckers.
Opens Smucker.
Like,
She drank the expired mayonnaise.
First
All
off,
she did was open it and it
first
attacked
off,
her.
all I did was open the expired
Yeah,
mayonnaise
attack her.
after shaking it. But
I am never shaking mayonnaise ever again.
And mayonnaise was so expired, it evolved into a different life form.
Oh, got it.
Wait, does she hear a voice in her head now?
do I hear a voice in my head?
No.
Oh,
No.
it's a baby. It's a baby venom.
It's a baby venom.
Can't talk yet.
No. It's a baby symbiote then.
So what are you gonna do?
Can I, like, is there any sort of, like, can I tell any sort of difference to me at all?
No?
That's exciting.
This is going to explode in our faces.
Probably.
You could go to the science lab and investigate more of what's going on.
Oh, dude, I totally can. I actually have that skill check.
Well, but we have a full science lab too. You have all the equipment you need. We bought one.
But, like, I have that skill, too. So, like, it, like, even...
Yeah, double increase.
Let's go and do that. I'm going to go experiment on myself.
Woo!
We'll do that, but we'll come back to it. And now we're going to go to Tyrone, right?
So at this point, Tyrone would have been at the bar where these guys were heading.
Okay.
And he's just, you guys will hear scuttling behind the bar as he's looking around for something. You can just hear from behind the bar, where'd it go? I know his favorite's here somewhere. Where'd it go? Ah! And he pops up holding a bottle. I found it. Oh. Hi.
Hello, Tyrone.
I didn't think anybody was going to be over here.
It is one of our favorite hangout spots. It is a bar.
I mean, you got a point there, but, you know, Dad and I used to work here a lot, and you guys didn't really come over here a lot, so I just, it's all good. You want a drink?
I'll take one.
And he's going to pull out some glasses and do some fancy, like, little trick maneuvers with the bottle and just pour everybody a drink.
That's pretty impressive.
I learned a lot of things from Dad.
I could see Tybar, he did like his libations.
Very much so. I just wish I would have got here a little sooner. But fixed points in time and all, it's bound to happen. Literally bound.
So yeah, Carrie knew that because I was explaining to her how it worked, like why couldn't you go back to that time, and that's because the reason why you invented this time machine was to change that event. So if you went back and changed it, you wouldn't have made the time machine. Therefore, it'll be a causal loop. So what it does is the time and space just kind of nudge you. So all you could do is get close, moments within the ability to change it, but not actually have the ability to change it.
Yeah.
Because if it's a fixed point.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Vicky come back on. And she goes, "Just to let everyone know, I am now back online. Father has finally turned me back on after upgrading my CPU, and it wasn't creepy at all being alone in the dark. Sarcasm circuit's back online. Oh, good. That's working again."
Well, that's encouraging.
Well, have any of you seen Auntie Ash anywhere?
Bubblegum was able to coax her out of her room. Sometimes the best thing for grief is just to stay busy.
She's working on the ship.
That's good. Maybe I should go lend him a hand.
Well, before you go, I would like to offer you a position on our crew.
Oh, yeah? I could be on the crew my dad was on? Sweet. Of course.
And I'm sure you wouldn't mind if you took over his quarters.
No, not at all. In fact, it brings back a lot of good memories. I've had a lot of cheese in there. It's good times.
Tyrone, you know what would be helpful? Perhaps if you were to keep a journal and write down, say, everything you know of the future, who's going to win certain sporting events, fluctuations in markets, things like that could help us to defeat enemies that we might yet face.
He's not going to help you cheat, Vicky.
Well, you know, Vicky, you should know how this whole blink drive thing works. When people go in and out of this thing, especially fixed points in time like this, everything's going to be different that I know of. And most of the time I was fighting for my life. You know, the whole devourer thing all over the galaxy. It was bad. It was really bad. Oh, you all died in my timeline, by the way.
That's exciting.
Props to you guys. You made it through.
That's positive.
This is a positive silver lining.
Yeah. I was really hoping the video was going to be enough, but things didn't get better.
I offered you a position on the crew without knowing what your skill sets were as in honor of your father, but maybe you could tell us like what skill sets you do have.
Oh, yeah. Let me show you this. And he pulls up a little wrist thing and he starts pressing a couple of buttons. Give it a second. And then all of a sudden, like a glove comes and it pops on his hand, kind of like in the Iron Man movie. And then eventually all of it assembles. And he's just in this big 7-foot tall power armor that looks like Tybar. I'm really good with machines.
Tyrone Stark.
Rathbone. Anyways, I built this out of some stuff I found around. We couldn't really get the bleeding edge to work properly for us, but this did the job for a little while. It's pretty good. Homemade, but good.
Oh, good. We always have need for mechanics, especially since the things we seem to find ourselves in.
And then on top of that, I'm pretty scry outside of this thing, so.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thanks. I'm gonna go find Auntie Ash now. He's gonna thunk, thunk, thunk away.
So in post-editing, you need to add a thunk, thunk, thunk sound as he walks away, please.
So then Joy's going to turn to Pam. Pam, I know I was a little bit under the influence earlier, but my offer still stands. Would you like to join this crew?
Well, I made Benny a promise that I was going to keep you guys safe. So I just kind of thought that was a given. Besides, I already moved my stuff into Benny's room, and I repainted, and I had the hot tub on order and things like that. So
He's been gone for 3 days. You move fast, woman.
well, I didn't throw his stuff out. I mean, I've added some throw pillows, some curtains. I mean, a few things like that. But I mean, just some touches, and we could all really use that jetted tub to just relax after a long day.
We did upgrade to luxury quarters. It's true.
It's a true statement. I was there when we upgraded.
Yeah, so she's getting herself a jetted tub, and she's ordered bubble bath and all kinds of things like that. She's having her various lingerie collections brought in.
Collections, plural? There was a plural there, guys.
Collection.
I caught that.
Well, I'm so glad you're able to make yourself right at home. We just need to make some ground rules. The spacesuit needs to come into play at crew meetings. No fraternizing within the crew.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Just exactly
Vidrion
what I
is
said.
off limits.
He says that, but I can tell how he looks at me. I mean, listen. There's gonna be a long trip, and I mean, you guys have to eat, right? My kind. I'm gonna need. You guys are gonna have to help me out here a little bit. I mean, right? I mean, I wouldn't expect you to go like weeks without eating. I mean, just.
Okay, so we'll plan planet-side excursions for you, but no fraternizing with crew members.
Well, how long are these trips are gonna be?
Spaceport bunnies.
Stays work.
I hate all of you right now.
Oh.
Gary's gonna hit on every single one of us before the end of this campaign.
Yeah, Tyrone.
It's gonna get
I'm
weird.
a mushroom. I don't do that.
She's going to invite you to scurry
Oh, just
on
wait. No, you already
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah, she affected you too.
Okay, yeah, but
Well, even before that at the lab.
So, Pam, can you agree to these terms?
Listen, I'm going to keep my suit on. If people make offers to me, I'm just saying I'm an adult and they're adults, then that we should just, be allowed to see where things go.
Okay, I will put a don't ask, don't tell. But just don't let it be known if some things are happening. The rule is no fraternizing within the crew.
How well do sounds carry through the ship?
excellently.
We could hear you singing from down the corridor.
We did get luxury quarters now, though, guys. It might be better soundproof. And we have that one soundproof room. Don't tell her about that.
Don't tell her
About that.
There is no soundproofing on this ship. The walls are as thin as paper, and the sneezes carry floors.
Yeah, I don't think she cares.
So
I'm not around, so it doesn't
Pam,
matter what I say.
Vicky's always listening and can broadcast anything at any time.
Well, that's true, except for I don't have cameras in the bathroom. That would be rather weird.
I'm not into voyeurism.
Which is why we say no fraternizing with crew members.
Well, this got uncomfortable very quickly. Do you accept the captain's terms?
Yes, I accept the captain's turn.
But Vidrion has some questions he would like to ask you.
No, we are not going to have an exchange of any kind. I just need to know. Pam, we want to help Benny. What can you tell us about his family?
I didn't know he had some, crazy mafia family until you guys did.
Do you know any of the names of his relations?
I mean, he was very secretive, and he always kept us moving from place to place. And I don't know. I thought he just owed people a lot of money or something like that. But it turns out that I think he was running from his family. He has nightmares. I know that. I mean, he was always waking up and he was saying sorry just over and over again to somebody. And I don't know. I don't see him like that type of person. I don't even see how he could be involved in it. I know he had some sort of a military service and he wouldn't talk about it. There were things there and he wouldn't talk about his family. Everything was in the moment with him, and that's what made things fun and interesting. He was spontaneous and just went with things, and everything just seemed to work out.
Pam, you need to know that this crew owes Benny a great deal, so I promise you we will get him out of the trouble that he is in, whatever that trouble may be.
Oh, we gotta get the ship going, and I don't know, chase down leads. I don't really have any leads to go on. I mean, I know some of his friends we used to hide out for a while. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a good place to start. My gosh, what do we know? We have this lawyer. It's like a family lawyer. I mean, can't we ask him?
Physically capable to ask? Yes. Do we want to take the time to ask him? Unfortunately, yes, we want to take the time, but are we able to ask him? No, because we don't have the resources.
Resources to ask?
He's not going to give us information for free. Pam, how about we get that suit off of you?
Because that's not suggestive at all.
Oh.
Well, she might have misunderstood that.
No! Who could have guessed that?
So she looks excited. The helmet and gloves get thrown to the floor, and she goes to give you a kiss. You can make a dex check to try to block. You have to beat a 16.
You still have that stripper music cued, right, Gary? Just for
21.
But I was so helpful with my stripper music selections.
You were. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's still cute, right?
But he understands poison now, by the way.
I do. We've started watching that show, and I really like it.
You dodge her touch.
Pam, that's not what I meant.
Pam, what did I just tell you?
He told me to get out of it, my suit.
But he didn't mean literally.
You took a breath. Make a con check.
You breathed.
Because you told her no. You weren't holding your breath.
16.
Unless you're breaking up. You have to make a con check too if you're going to get close.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no!
There's going to be a...
I do love it.
Guys,
Tyrone walked away, so
I'm on a different level.
Okay. So to keep it PG, you guys
Fade to black.
fade to black. And then there's a walk of shame outside of the
what are you paying for?
I just wanted to be a mother freaking success. Let my roll succeed.
So okay, so how does my
Please.
You have David begging.
You don't want to have sex with Gary?
I like the fade to black better.
No, it's funny.
Okay, you're gonna have to come up with something else besides make the roll work. Now, this will change a narrative of a story.
I didn't breathe.
Well, you. I
Or
think.
maybe you could say something different.
Have someone else come in the room.
Something like that. Something happens just at that time. So think of a way that this story would have changed to change that outcome rather than...
Okay, so as this is all happening, Tyrone was running to get something for Ash, and he trips in his mech suit. Doesn't damage his suit at all, but he trips and he stumbles into this situation. And that breaks the mood immediately.
For you. You know?
You left Joy under the bus.
So before to fade the black, the doors shutting on your little bar there, as you crawl out as if you're being chased by zombies, the look of fear and panic on your face, and you even see Pam's arm reach, and try to grab your foot, but the door shuts at the last moment, exactly just like a zombie movie. You're like scurrying backwards,
and I curl up and I hold my tail.
Vicky, lock the door! Vicky, lock the door!
Vicky, lock the fucking door!
What the heck is going on, Vidrion?
Pam.
Say no more, and Tyrone walks away.
And then the scene fades to black.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, because here's my question, though, because Joy said no fraternizing with the crew members. So she would have also kind of had a will to follow her own rules. So can I do a will check?
Well, you failed the con. If you roll really well, I'll say if you roll a 19.
Oh,
See, you just have to understand. Pam's trying to be good. She really wants to. It's been hours.
oh my god.
Like 30 minutes.
All right, fade to black, go to Buddy.
Okay, Buddy, you're on the outside of the ship, and Bubblegum is holding up these plates and letting you, weld them into place. They do have machines for it, but he can just grab and hold it in place quicker than it would take to hook it to the machine to then put it on to it. And it's just about done. A lot of Vicky's damage he's straightened her frame. Her superstructure has been welded, reinforced. Plus, the power's been on for a while, so it's been self-healing. And you have this ablative armor that's being put on the outside of her. And he's been trying to give you everything he can at like cost and things like that. Normally, when you sell things back to a place, they undercut what they give you less, and so he basically allowed you to sell your old stuff for market value. He didn't take a cut like a pawn shop or someplace would, if you're familiar with that principle.
Right.
So now using the welder was amazing, because this particular thing, the individual plates, what you find interesting is after it gets done welding, there is no seam.
That is cool.
Right, you don't see a weld line or anything like that. It's the outer, her outer hull, except for where windows and openings like that naturally would have to be, is now seamless. There is not a line or rivet or anything.
That's super, super cool. So while we're doing all this welding, it's occurred to Ash that, she just lost her best friend, her brother. And she's on a station, and she's in Bubblegum's shop. Bubblegum has a life here. And she's just like, well, great. Because what's she going to do now? What's the point? So she says to Bubblegum, what's your plan after this ship is fixed and I fly it off into the wherever? What's your plan? What's going to happen?
That depends upon you. I don't know what you want. I mean, we started to make a connection, and all kinds of things happen, and I know you're all tore up inside. If you want me to go away, I'll just go away. If you want me, I could come with you. I have a shop manager that can keep my business going. I don't have to be here necessarily. I mean, I'm not pressuring you anyway. I mean, you go away for a while and you work things out in your head, and then you want to come back and maybe pick things up a year from now, whenever. I mean, that's fine too.
I feel like I just don't even know you. Like, I mean, everything happened so fast, and yeah, we made a connection, but like, I don't even know what your favorite color is. There's just so much, like, those basic things. Like, we haven't even been out on a real date. It's just a lot. A lot of things are happening, and I'm really scared right now and just struggling. And, like, I want you in my life, but I don't know, because now I have this, like, little rat guy who calls me auntie, and I hardly know him, and he puts on this weird suit and basically turns into my best friend, and it's just a lot. I'd like to get to know you before I make any sort of decisions, and we're going to be here for a few days anyway, I think, so.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to keep showing you how to work the ship. And then anything else, you let me know. What, if anything, you want. If you want to go out one night and, I don't know, go to a piano bar or a dance club, or you just want to see the gardens of the dome or anything like that, I can show you. You just, like you said, if you say nothing, then it just ends here. I just show you how to fix your ship.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you pick somewhere that's meaningful or sentimental to you here, and we can go there.
All right. There's the floating gardens. I think you'd like them.
Okay.
All right. So that's that. Now, Abby, you're going to the.
I am in the science lab. I am experimenting on myself.
A Q mad scientist.
This is totally the villain's origin story right now.
I mean,
If it's not a sloth.
Maybe.
we can't be,
So you go into the med lab and you're running tests, and you hear the sound of the door opening, and then this little clicky sounds like a spider almost, scurrying across the floor, and you're so involved in looking at the readings and what you're seeing that you just think somebody's going to talk to you in a minute. One of your friends or somebody walked in or something like that. You weren't fully paying attention. There's a little bit of thump, like someone put something down, and then you look, and then the chest is in the room by you.
I promised I didn't move that. So I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to put it on a table so that I can see it better, and it's not on the floor, and I don't have to bend. And I'm going to start examining it and seeing if I can find out anything about this crate. Like, if it's like hermit crab in the sense of like it's a creature that has the crate as a shell, or if it's like a mimic and it is its own creature. Like, I wanna try and figure out what this crate is.
And what are you using to figure this out?
I have life science as a skill, or I can use medicine, or...
I think it would be life science.
Yeah, let's go with life science.
Okay.
Let's see, you have to roll above a 15.
22.
Get a 22. As far as that goes, there's you don't see any legs or eyes or anything like that. It seems to be undiscernible from a normal crate, but when you really look at it, you get the distinct feeling it's looking at you, kind of like looking at like a dog or something, and it's looking back at you, and you're looking at it, and it's looking at you. Not a menacing, just a feeling of being observed. And it's like if you move to one side of the room or the other, I mean, it's like, are those rivets following me on the crate? You're like, it's really hard to tell. Like they say, the Mona Lisa's eyes follow you as you're walking around the room, but you're like,
Okay. I'm going to open it up and see if anything new appears in it.
As far as that goes, yeah, there's some other people's clothes in it that you already took it out, everything, and there's more clothes in it.
There are more clothes. Oh,
Yeah.
great. more useless things.
Well, one of them seems to be a drow uniform, like a military soldier.
So I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to let my little mushroom brain process what this means. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to run out screaming, "Guys, I have an idea!" throughout the entire ship while I go and find my crew.
I like how she completely forgot what she was doing in the science lab.
After you leave, the machine goes, ding, results are ready. If results are not read in 15 seconds, results will be deleted for a HEPA violation.
No!
She's already left.
I'm like already long gone.
Did she hear it before
I
she
wouldn't have heard it because
Tunnel vision.
I had tunnel vision. So one of the things I changed about my character was my attention span.
Oh, no.
I thought it would be funner to play that way.
Fair.
All right, so you're running out and yelling. And you're like, guys, I figured it out. So let's see, who could hear all that? So you have a lot of people outside right now.
Oh, I would just be screaming until I found someone.
She's gonna find Joy and Pam first.
She bursts in. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Let's not find Joy and Pam because that would distract my attention span. That would zap it to something else.
So, well, anyway.
This is better than the book you were reading.
I doubt that, but
What?
my book was spicy.
You've never read a spicy book in
Have
your
you
life,
never
David.
read a spicy
You
book?
cannot be torn from that.
I have only recently found limits when it comes to my spicy books.
All right. So Vitreon, you can hear this commotion, and Joy and Pam come too, but Joy's looking very frazzled.
Just have to walk next to them with this sense of knowing.
Guilt. I feel like
You could have joined.
Is Pam's suit back on?
Yeah, she's putting on her suit, and she goes and stands right next to Vidrion. And if you take a step away, she's just like. And she, what are you yelling about? What'd you figure out?
I have a uniform, and someone tall needs to wear it.
none of us are tall.
Okay,
Pam
is.
and Vidron are.
That's true.
technically you are considered tall because
yes, you
I
are.
am 4 feet.
like
so
5'2".
you are considered tall to me. So I think the only person that is shorter than me is Goblina.
Nope.
Oh no. Yep.
I'm part of the small squad now.
Huzzah!
How tall are you?
3'5".
Okay, you're taller than me.
Why do we have to put on some uniform?
Well, because that's how we're going to Vidrion, what's the word?
Infiltrate.
Infiltrate! Thank you, Vidrion.
Thank you, Vidrion. Good job getting rid of the accent like Tybar requested.
Where's your accent?
I'm a plant. Leave me alone.
His accent.
Oh. How we're going to infiltrate the drow outside so that we can get outside.
No, the drow are circling outside
Exactly.
the zone of the space station in like warships.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just listen. I don't.
So there
I
are
don't
drow
need to be
inside, and this is a uniform, and she's gonna like display this uniform. She's gonna like throw it up like a flag and display this uniform that she's found very proudly, and she's gonna be like, all we have to do is pretend that we are one of the inside drows to get on the outside drow ship, disable all the ships, and then we can leave.
Listen, there's a real serious problem with your plan. I think anyone here could see it. Nobody has the skin tone to pull off that outfit.
And Chanterelle's face is just gonna drop because she's totally in agreement. Like she doesn't know any better. She's just like,
Vidrian can totally do it.
Wait, does my bruise match? Does it?
It's other side. There you go.
I don't know what side it is. Doesn't match. Doesn't match. Everybody.
So your plan was to extend our time here on Absalom Station by having one of us infiltrate a drow warship and disable it. Disable one warship. I'm starting to understand nothing. Is the mushroom always like this?
Just recently.
Vitrion, I would have to agree with you in this one particular case. I somehow feel dumber after hearing that.
Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate the validation for once.
Well, at least I'm still smarter than you. I can take comfort in that. All right, you do have a uniform. Some people here, at least, they're not. They haven't been terribly keen on the idea, but it is. It has a name tag. It has a security card clearance. I mean, you'd have to get aboard their ship, and it also has credit sticks in it in the pocket.
ooh, how many credits?
1,000 credits.
Huzzah! They're mine.
It's there, mate.
The crazy part is that you're not the goblin.
I'm not the goblin.
Yeah. So the Vicky is just about done. She's probably going to be finished up soon because Bubblegum has like all his people work on it. There are little drones that are running around the ship, welding things and running wires. They're little small things about the size of an RC car, but they have little various different attachments to arms that they have. The little, he calls them DRDs. They're running around and working on the ship. They're crawling on the outside, the inside. Imagine it's kind of like an electronic pill bug, but about yay big. And so it's going around, and then he's got all kinds of various other different droids. They're pulling out components. They're putting in new components. They're stringing new wires, and he's doing all kinds of different things.
At this point, Tyrone will have been clunking over towards Ash, and you'll see kind of like the form of Tybar, just a little bit misshapen, and walking a little bit weird towards you.
Good Lord, didn't anybody here subscribe? Thank you.